A very warm welcome to Boman Irani. We are so honored to have you here, sir.
So he has to maintain,
Will all the DS please take their seats? Friends, may I request you to please put your phones on silent mode so that we don't interrupt the proceedings. Respected Dean of KM Hospital, Dr.Hemant Deshmukh, our chief guest for this wonderful project, our versatile and brilliant actor, Boman Irani, who we are really honored to have in our midst today, the head of the departments, doctors of this worthy hospital, our district governor, Lion Divyesh Shah, our evergreen and ever vibrant past international president, Lion Dr.Suhas Mehta, our past district governors, Dara Patel, past district governor Armenti Patel, I'm so sorry. Our district-elect, Kamlesh Dalal is not here. Vice District Governor Rajkumar Gupta, all the district dignitaries, my dear lions and my dear lion ladies, a very warm welcome to all of you today. Our club, Lions Club of BYCULLA, along with Lions Club of Queensway, has accomplished this wonderful project of providing the Audiology Department of KM Hospital with equipment worth 25 lakhs. 75% of this amount has been funded by the Lions Club's International Foundation through a grant. Just for the information of those who are not aware of Lions Clubs International, let me just give you a quick brief that LCI, Lions Clubs International, is the largest NGO in the world, and its funding arm is Lions Clubs International Foundation, which gives financial assistance in the form of grants to various clubs worldwide. We actually have about 47,000 clubs all over the world. And when any club wishes to do some laudable humanitarian project, which is beyond the financial capabilities of the club itself, that LCIF steps in and gives a grant. So, up to date, basically, the foundation has given grants worldwide to the tune of $1,200 million. And in India itself, we have given grants worth about $100 million. So that's a little information about the foundation. And now I would request our President of Lions Club of BYCULLA, Lion Temas Munshi, to please welcome the audience.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to our mega project. I am welcoming on behalf of my Lions Club of BYCULLA and Lions Club of Bombay Queensway. Welcome you all. I welcome our chief guest, none other than our Mr. Boman Irani. Our Dean of this Wine Institute, Dr. Deshmukh. Our District 323A1 District Governor, Lion Divyesh Shah. Lion Dana Patel, our past district governor, our ENT department of this fine hospital, the chief of ENT department, Dr. Hetal Patel, our project committee chairman, Captain Percy Master, other dignitaries of the dais, I am welcoming Dr. Suni Mathew, my line members, line ladies, doctors, and staff of this fine institute. This project came into force since last 1 year. The project committee chairman has given his time along with our Lion Saruk Malolia. Here with Dr. Hetal Patel, you know, all the three of them are very busy in their own business, but still they have got specific time for our project. They have worked out and finally it is come through. Lions Club of BYCULLA is 42 years young. In these 42 years, we have done projects worth, I can say, crores of rupees. In this particular last few years, we have covered right from South Gujarat to up to Maharashtra, all the places we have done the projects. The major projects done at near the Navsari, Zawda village. We have given them that borewell as well as given the light. Along with that project, we have given in Navsari the senior citizen home. We have spent in lakhs of rupees, as well as in Balsar hospital, and in the down village we have given medical camp. Further in this side in Thane district, as well as up to Panchgani, up to Bel, we have given all the projects worth lakhs of rupees. During this current year, we have done projects worth up till now practically worth rupees 80 lakhs. Now this thanks to my Lion Club members who have put their hand in their pocket, as well as they brought from their contacts, and we have done through. Our club membership is up to now 74. Net growth of this year is 3 members. Actually, 5 new members came in this year, and net growth is 3. Even though we are having 60% of above that senior citizen members are there, but they are very active and supporting to all the presidents coming in line.
Let's hear it for them.
Without their help, President cannot do anything. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Lions Club International Foundation for giving us a 75% help for this project. Further, I would like to thank my governor for our project making go further after sanctioning from his office. Due to that, without that, it was not possible that our project would have come through. Further, I would like to say that our chief guest is over here. Thanks to our Lion Shahrukh Marolia, his friend, and our Boman Irani's friend. They are common friend, and through him, that is Mr. Daraes Pantagi, was in between the person. Through him, we got Boman. Welcome to our project. With this, I would like to say that in our Lions International, our saying is that we serve, and Lions Club of BYCULLA is not serving only, but with smile we serve and give our best to our community at large. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Before we proceed, I would like to welcome our DG-elect Lion Kamlesh Dalal and our past district governor Santosh Chavan. Sorry, I missed out mentioning. Friends, I would once again request all of you to please keep your phones on silent mode. We would now... Oh, Prasad. Oh, yes, of course. Our Vice District Governor, Prasad Kanwalkar. Sorry. And we would now like to give some floral presentations to our dignitaries. Our chief guest, Boman Irani, Erin Master, who is the better half of our project chairperson, and Shahrukh Marolia. Will you please welcome our ever versatile actor. The Dean of our KEM Hospital, Dr.Hemant, Deshmukh, Lion Firuza Khan, and Shahrukh Marolia. Shahrukh, you are a very important person. You have to be there for all the presentations. Our First Lady, Jinnawaz Munshi, will welcome, along with Shahrukh, Dr. Hetal Patel, the HOD. Lion Babsi Darowala and Shahrukh Marolia will welcome Dr. Suni Mathew, the director of AYJNISD. And will you welcome our district governor, Lion Kamlesh. Well, I request Jinnawaz and Erin to please give roses to our past international president, our evergreen Lion Dr. Ashok Mehta. Lion Kamlesh Dalal, our PG-elect, Vice District Governor Rajkumar Gupta, PDG Prasad Kumwalkar, Past District Governor Armati Cooper, PDG Santosh Chavan, of course, our very own Past District Governor Dara Patel. He's very much a part of us. Our project chairperson, Percy Master, you're better half. And Katie Patel. Dinawaz. A rose for Katie too. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. We will now have the address by our project chairperson, Captain Percy Master, who needs to be really commended for having very timely and diligently cleared all the required documentations and formalities to the foundation to ensure that this grant was passed by the trustees without any problems or questions. So, congratulations, Percy, for the job well done.
Good morning, everybody. Life is a long lesson in humility. We as Lions believe in the joy of giving. We are all committed to serve humanity in the best way possible. When you visit public hospitals like the KEM Hospital, UIL Nair Hospital or JJ Hospital, you see an exodus of men, women and children coming into these institutions every day for various medical care. You go to Tata Memorial Hospital, which is so crowded that people have to park themselves on the footpath to get cancer treatments. What really fascinates me is these young doctors, interns and nurses, along with senior doctors, never look harassed and calmly attend to all the patients. They always have a smile on their faces. They are confident in dealing with any situation. There are so many emergency and accident cases they deal with every day with a smiling face. The treatment given in these public hospitals are free or subsidized and everyone is treated fairly. We salute all the staff members of these hospitals and all the public hospitals for their selfless service. We must give credit to our government also because they give sizable amount of grants to these hospitals to upgrade their facilities. It is here that I feel that NGOs like Lions must play a very pivotal role in quickly supplying the equipments required for these departments. Lions Club of BYCULLA, along with Lions Club of Bombay Queensway and other clubs, have always tried to help public hospitals. Lions Club of BYCULLA in the past have upgraded the BYL Nair Hospital Ophthalmic Department with LCIF grant of over 80 lakhs. We have continued to supply equipments to these departments running into crores of rupees. Today, Nair Hospital Ophthalmic Department is one of the best in the country. Few months back, when we received an appeal from KM Hospital for supply of audiology equipment for ENT department, we decided to obtain LCIF grant since the cost was over almost 25 lakhs. We also approached our sister club, Lion Club of Bombay Queensway, to green with us for this project. Their president, Lion Roshan Master, and project in charge, Betsy Darwal, along with their senior members, readily agreed to partner with us in this project. Our big thank you to all the members and president of Lions Club of Bombay Queensway for this gesture. Today we are supplying the department 4 equipments consisting of acoustic emission model, impedance model, brainstem evoked response model and audiometer model. These equipments will go a long way in detecting early hearing defects in newborn babies. thus enabling them to be treated for deafness. This is very important because only if they hear can they learn to speak. Applying for an LCIF grant is an exhaustive procedure, and 25% of the cost has to be borne by the clubs, participating clubs. We were assisted and guided by our Zenobia Kakobak, who was financial controller of LCIF at that time. We are thankful to our district governor, Lion Divyesh Shah, for being our grant administrator. The cooperation and assistance given by Dr. Hetal Patel, head of ENT department, was invaluable. He provided us with all the details required for the applications. We have to, of course, thank our evergreen Lion Swarup Marodia for his invaluable negotiating skills in the implementation of this project. He is a selfless lion who does not want to waste a single rupee of our club. Finally, what can we say about our president, Lion Club of BYCULLA, Deshmukh, who at a young age of 80 plus decided to become the president for a second time in our club. He is a pillar of strength of our club and meticulous in all his plans. All throughout the year, he has executed wonderful projects, almost to the tune of 80 lakhs plus. On behalf of Lions Club of BYCULLA, I take great pride in dedicating this project to our president, Deshmukh. We also thank Dilnawaz Munshi for supporting Deshmukh in every way possible. Behind every successful man, there is always a woman. We are also grateful to the presence of all the dignitaries today, especially Lion Dr. Ashok Mehta, past international president, also our incoming district governor-elect Kamlesh Dalalji, first Vice District Governor Lion Rajkumar Gupta, and second Vice District Governor-elect Lion Prasad Kanwarkar, and all the other dignitaries who are present here today. We also thank our chief guest for today, well-known theatre artist and Bollywood actor Boman Irani, for agreeing to inaugurate this project. We are grateful to him for spending his valuable time and giving us the encouragement to do more projects, such projects in the future. Thank you, sir, for coming. I would like to now end, because I am sure Boman Irani will enjoy this, a small couplet from Mirza Ghalib. खुदा की मोहब्बत को फना कौन करेगा? खुदा की मोहब्बत को फना कौन करेगा? सभी बंदे नेक हो तो गुनाह कौन करेगा? ये खुदा मेरे दोस्तों को सलामत रखना, वरना मेरी सलामती की दुआ कौन करेगा? और रखना मेरे दुश्मनों की भी महफूज, वरना मेरी तेरे पास आने की दुआ कौन करेगा?
Thank you, Lion Percy. Can we now have the address by Dr. Hetal Patel, HOD Audiology, and Dr. Suni Mathew, and you will also speak after now.
Good morning to all of you, a warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for spending your time in the morning and be here. And I really thank the Lions International Foundation and Lions Club of BYCULLA and QUEENSWAY in helping us to upgrade our audiology department. We have been doing cochlear implant for the last 10 years and we have to depend on many other facilities for working up our patients. And newborn hearing screening is an important part of early identification of deafness, and we thought that if we identify the children early for deafness, we can give them hearing on time and we can make a difference to their lives. And in this project of early intervention in patients suffering from deafness, right from newborn children to the adult and elders, Lions Club has really helped us get the entire attire of equipment which can not leave a single person unevaluated, and I'm very thankful to them. And what is very important, that when a person like Helen Keller, which was born both blind and deaf, when she was asked that in your next birth, which handicap will she prefer? So she said, blindness, I'll prefer any day because deafness separates us from people. So it is, and if you realize that we use our sense of hearing 24/7. When we are sleeping, we close our eyes. So it is an integral part. Unfortunately, when we see the blind, we say that bichara andha hai. But when we talk about the deaf, we say sala behra hai. So this is what needs to be changed, because it's only the person who suffers from deafness realizes, and there is no better thing than giving them the gift of hearing. I'll keep my talk short, and I think I have conveyed what I wanted to say. Thank you very much.
And we have Dr. Suni, Mathew, please.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, I'm very happy to stand in front of you, especially for this function. I really wanted to congratulate the Lions Club. You may be wondering, like, okay, because they have supported financially. No. Because the international agency that I call it as Lions Club, right from my childhood, I know that they have been serving the needy across the country. I know that as a professional, rehabilitation professional, when I entered into the field of speech and hearing disabilities, I knew that many of our schools, the special schools, are supported by the Lions Club. And Lions Club, today you all can feel great satisfaction that you have given one more chance to a reputed hospital, government hospital I say, private that's different. It's a government hospital like KEM to help the needy. Because today, if you look at the census report or the National Sample Survey Organization's report, if you look at that, 2.1% of the total population is suffering from speech and hearing disabilities. Out of which the data may not be exactly right, but 19% of the population are below 6 years. So as rehabilitation professionals, as ENT surgeons, and as speech and hearing paramedical professionals, we are very much concerned about this 0 to 6 population, how to identify them. Today, thanks to the technology that we have all equipments in place where we can have neonatal screening and we can diagnose the children as early as possible. So in the field of rehabilitation today, we believe in early identification and intervention. The gap between the early identification and intervention need to be minimized so that the children suffering from speech and hearing disabilities can be habilitated or rehabilitated at the earliest. The technology has played a major role in our field. Today we have cochlear implantation. We can do cochlear implanting in young children as early as possible so that the children can get the best benefit of hearing at the earliest. Ours, that is the AYJNISHD National Institute, it's a central government's or the government of India's autonomous institution working for the rehabilitation of children with speech and hearing disabilities. As a part of implementing the schemes and all the programs of government of India, we have been the nodal agency, particularly for the cochlear implant surgery for children with speech and hearing disabilities below 6 years. The government is giving a grant of around 6.5 lakhs free of cost to cochlear implant to the children, and we also give 2-year post therapy services, that is the rehabilitation intervention part. We do it. So I really feel that the KEM is going to play a major role in identifying the children and referring to us as early as possible. So today, I really feel each and every government hospital in the country should have the facility to identify immediately the child is born. So from maternity ward you'll say like the first day of hearing, if we can identify and if we can properly refer for their rehabilitation, it will be a great help for all of us. And Mumbai is very famous. I can say like it's a very special city. And all the first, anything you tell, the first is from Mumbai. If you look at that in terms of the special school, the first, it is Mumbai who started the special school for the speaking hearing disabilities. If you see the best audiologist in the country, yes, Mumbai has. If you see the best ENT surgeons like Dr. Hetal and these people, yes, the Mumbai has. The best AVT therapist, that is auditory verbal therapist in the country, yes, Mumbai has. So what else Mumbai requires? Mumbai has technology, Mumbai has the best professionals, Mumbai has even the National Institute. And we have a good tie-up and a good relationship with all the other partners, like we have Cochlear and we have ADS International, all the other agencies, private or non-governmental agencies who are working in this field. So this thing is, this project will be really a landmark for our field, and we really, I think as a National Institute, I really thank the Lions Club that you have really done a good job for us. And KEM, obviously, we are going to have more collaborations and partners. And one more thing I thought at this juncture, one of the major concerns that right now I'm hearing is, we do not, in Maharashtra, we do not have a state program of newborn hearing screening. Like if you see the Western countries, it's like a national program where every child is screened, and then, so that we can, at-risk children can be identified and then the services can be given. So at present, I think Maharashtra do not have a state program of newborn hearing screening. I think I have just taken up the charge very recently, and we are going to work with the state government of Maharashtra for that. And I think any chance if Lions Club or such organizations can come forward for such collaborations with all the hospitals and the ENT surgeons and the gynecologists and the entire medical fraternity, I think this program is going to help our children with speech and hearing disabilities a lot. So I really congratulate both KEM team, Dr. Hetal and Hemant and Dr. Hetal and the entire team of Lions Club for this wonderful work that you have given in the field. And the field deserves your support, and we look forward for more support for strengthening the rehabilitation services of the speech and hearing children in the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. We now invite the Dean of KEM Hospital, Dr. Hemant Deshmukh, for his address.
Good morning. I'm very proud to welcome you all to this morning gathering on a fourth Saturday. And I told Hetal that if this was a normal Saturday, I think the hall would have been still full. But nonetheless, I think the magnanimous heart and the magnanimous thought of donating something for the downtrodden and something for the prevention of hearing loss is going to go a great way in helping the children of basically Parel. We see close to about 45 to 50 births every day in this very area of Parel, Vadia plus KEM together. So we just wanted to help this 40 to 50 children, screen them with audiology equipment and see to it that we have an actual early intervention and treat these children so that nobody suffers hearing loss. And this morning gathering, I think, is all about the chief guest, Mr. Boman Irani. I think this is your first visit to this hospital? No, he has come a long way. I have never seen him in this very big lecture theatre which is called as MLT. And I think everybody is very keen to hear him. And I am very thankful to everybody who have visited KEM today. And this donation is going to give a long way in helping our hands, strengthening our hands. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. will now invite and request our District Governor, Lion Dinesh Shah, for a short address.
Presiding Officer, President of Lion Club of BYCULLA, Thamson Munshi, President of Lion Club of QUEENSWAY, Roshan Master, the Project Chief Coordinator, Captain Percy Master, and also the Project Coordinator, Pepsi Daruwala from Lion Club of QUEENSWAY, District Governor-elect Kamlesh Bhai, First Vice District Governor-elect Rajkumar Gupta, and Second Vice District Governor Prasad Panwalkar. Today's chief guest, a well-known actor, Boman Irani, International President for 2005-2006, Dr. Ashok Mehta, Dara Patel, various galaxy of Par District Governors, members of Lion Club of BYCULLA, and also QUEENSWAY, also line members from our district 3231, A1, Dean of KM Hospital, Dr. Hemant Deshmukh, Dr. Hetal Patel, HOD, Audiology Department, and Dr. Suni Mathew, Director of AYJNISD Institute, distinguished dignitaries, my dear fellow Lions and friends. First of all, I must congratulate Lion Club of BYCULLA and QUEENSWAY for doing a so excellent, a very excellent and useful project of donating audiology equipment today for a right cause to KM Hospital ENT department. So I must compliment you for the same. Not only that, as you are aware, the Lion Club of BYCULLA and also QUEENSWAY are a very, very important club in our district, carrying out a lot of service activities. I always call Lion Club of BYCULLA as BYCULLA rocks, and they always rock in our district. Not only that, Lion Club of QUEENSWAY, I have always been visiting every time to their club, and I tell them they are a diamond necklace of our district, and I am sure I am nothing wrong in telling. Several service projects have been carried out during the year. Now, today's project, you know, our Lions Club International Foundation has given the grants of about 75 lakhs towards the good purpose. As you may be aware, the Lions Club International Foundation is a best NGO and best trust in all over the world, and it has been adjudged as the best NGOs. And you must be happy to know that whatever the contribution which our Lion members or non-Lion members make towards Lions Club International Foundation, we get it back the grants. For example, when we contribute $1, at least they give us back by way of grant $8 against one, and our Lions clubs can able to use these funds, use these grants towards the donation for various equipments and various. So I must compliment Lion Club of BYCULLA and QUEENSWAY for taking this grant and utilizing these funds for the right cause. I must also thankful to KM Hospital and also the HOD department. They thought it fit that we have whatever the money which we are spending, they have accepted and they have assisted us, and they found it correct that we are the right person to serve your hospital. And I am sure our district will continue to give grants and will continue to do several projects, not only in these KM hospitals but various hospitals from time to time. Once again, I am thankful for inviting me today, and I wish all the best to BYCULLA and QUEENSWAY and for entire good work. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Our dynamic past district governor, Lion Patel, will now introduce our chief guest, Boman Irani, who has made this occasion so special with his presence.
Thank you very much for sitting so patiently. If I was in the audience, I would make somebody like me sit down. But still, I'll tell you some insights about Boman which we know and maybe some of you don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, a true success story of having come up in life through sheer hard work and struggle. Humble beginnings, he had his earnings in life by working in a family-owned farsan shop, and then he worked in the Taj Mahal Hotel for a number of years. He started photography, and with his persuasive skills, he got the assignment of the official photographer of the prestigious Boxing Association. Acting was his passion, and he did some excellent plays, ultimately became a renowned theatre actor, and very well known for his role in I Am Not Bajirao. But today he is the Bajirao. This got him an entry into films, and his big break came in Munna Bhai MBBS, and even today he is known for his role as Dr. Asthana. He is now a much sought after actor and has done more than 70 films. And some of you may not know, but I am just told by Dr. Ashok Mehta, he is also a life member of the Lions Clubs International. He is now a lead model and a very much relied upon brand ambassador to several products. He has done voiceover and is an accomplished singer. Success has made him more humble than ever, and he is always available for a good cause. Some of us who attend the Zoroastrian and Iranian events are privileged to hear his wonderful voice, especially as Dada Rahul. He is supported by his better wife, Zenobia, who frequents the Rustam Framna. Better half. She frequently visits the Rustam Framna and thanks the Holy Fire for bestowing blessings on Boman and their family. He has won several awards, national and international. A big feather in his cap recently is his own production house, the Irani Movie Tone, the logo of which was unveiled by none other than Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. Ladies and gentlemen, let me sum up by saying, all of you know the Tata group of companies. And if the Tatas are known for a conglomerate, from salt to software, Boman has made his mark as a one-man army from farsan to films. There is no stopping Boman Irani. He is now a much sought after motivational speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to this august gathering the multifarious personality, the one and only Apra Boman. Sir.
We would now request our chief guest, Dr. Boman Irani, and our project chairperson, Percy Master, to please inaugurate the instruments which we are donating to KL.
Public demand.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
photograph. And now the much awaited address by our chief guest.
Why not all the guests come here?
Photograph here.
As you sit down, take a photo. Thank you everyone for the inauguration, and now we are waiting to hear our chief guest. Sir.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And please say a very good morning to my dear friend Asim over here.
Hello, Nasim. Hello.
Asim, I don't think I need to make a speech. I think the little photograph with, Qasim, the photograph with us, Qasim, says it all actually. But thank you for having me, first of all. Thank you for always having come to Thank you. Thank you so much for connecting with, what's her name, Zinobia Irani. That's right, my wife Zinobia Irani. I forget sometimes. You know, Dr. Hetal, she said something humorous. It's not humorous, it's very true. We say, Bichara androche, Bichara andai. Salo beroche. That's exactly what my wife says to me every morning. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. I'll just crack a little joke. It's a true story before I go on. How much time do I have? 45 minutes?
Unlimited. You can speak as long as you want, sir.
You gotta add it on. So, I don't know if Dara introduced me properly. Did he? Yeah, he did actually. You mentioned my name? Yeah, he did. But I just want to make sure everybody should know, people sitting in the back row, just in case you don't know who I am. My name is Boman Irani, I'm an actor. Just making sure. I'm just making sure, man. I take things for granted. Do you know who I am? No, no. No, I don't know. Everybody doesn't have to know. It's a zaruri nahi hai. Once I was on a flight, I was sitting in the second or third row, I was wishing everybody good morning, good morning. It's a habit of mine. I like to say good morning. And this guy recognized me. And he looked at me and he pointed at me and he got very excited. I was talking loudly on the phone, first of all. You know, the most irritating kind of person is the one who talks loudly on the phone at 6 o'clock in the morning. You know the type. You know who you are also. Anyway, so he spotted me and said, hey, oh, he didn't say that. He said, my favorite actor. My favorite, सबसे दुनिया का favorite actor. And then he comes up to me, the whole plane is looking like this, you know, and he whispers loudly in my ear and says, भाई साहब, by the way, आपका नाम क्या है? So I'm just making sure, everybody should know. Alright. So I was in New York 3 days ago. And I can promise you, I make the plan, every time I go for a long trip to New York, I make the plan months in advance. But my return ticket was planned by, what's the lady's name you mentioned? Boman Irani. She planned it. Tarike, you have to be back. Salo bero na tha. You have to be back. I said, what's it for? And she mentioned your name, she mentioned Darai's name, and she mentioned the cause, of course. And so I landed from New York, Zurich. I came to Bombay day before yesterday. Yesterday, I had to go to Delhi. Straight from New York, I went to Delhi. And last night, I came home from Delhi at 2:30 in the morning, just to make it for this morning's function. Thanks to Deshmukh. The point is that you need Deshmukh in your life to make sure that you do the little good that you can. But the little good that I can is infinitesimally small compared to the greater good that all of you do. I just come here, I crack a couple of jokes, I say a few nice words, I press a few buttons, I pull a few ribbons. That didn't sound vulgar, I hope. And everybody thanks me, and I go home. But that's all I do. And for me to say that I did this and I came from New York and I came from Zurich and then I went to Delhi straight and I came home last night and I came here, no big deal, no big favor, no big achievement. It's just an appearance for 55 minutes. It's not a big deal. What is happening actually is what all of you do. Deans are doctors, Lions Club members, people who are actually in the Ways and Means Committee, going out there and collecting the money, making sure that the project goes on the way. And the unknown people who are working behind it, maybe sitting back there, I don't know, I'm just guessing, and people who will use this equipment for years and years to come for the better good of little babies who are not appealing, but you all have recognized the appeal of a newborn child. The newborn child cannot appeal to you, but you all have understood it and you all have done something fantastic. My granddaughter was born three and a half months ago. And when they brought her out and they placed her in a little crib and we were all knocking on the window, I don't know why we knock on the window for a newborn baby who's like that, and then to say the baby's grandpapa, grandmama, they don't understand. Why we give out to them? Yeah, we behave so badly and stupidly. And we take photographs of that also. Mama and mama, but as if the child understands. The child doesn't know. The child doesn't know what is right or wrong with the child. Who knows? Child doesn't know. We are all getting excited, then the doctor comes. Who knows are the people who know the potential of what could be right or wrong with the child. It's the doctors. It's the doctors who feel helpless sometimes that they need to have the proper equipment to make sure that the child grows up to be healthy and normal. When the doctor came along, said, Doctor, we were all very excited. And the doctor did a few, lifted the spine, checked the spine, did some. And I said, yeah, the child can hear. Yeah. No, it's not that simple, right, doctor? It's not that simple. It takes far more technology, money, and understanding to make sure that we have Karims of today who can make use of that advantage. But that's Bridge Candy Hospital, because I realized the whole slew of tests happened to my granddaughter. And I said, thank God, everything is normal. I'll now give her a good life. God bless her. What about the kids who don't have that facility? What about that? And every cause does not have to be the great cause. I've been lucky that I get invited to many organizations across the road, cancer institutes, for fundraising, for inaugurations and things like that. And I go, He's going to make sure that I go. And we don't realize there are so many small little issues like this that seem to be ignored. That seem to be ignored and feel that they are less important. Like you said. So right. Vichara and Sala. There's a big difference. And the Sala gets ignored. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'm so glad that a thing like this is recognized and appealed upon and acted upon. And you will all be blessed. All of you sitting in this room. The ones who have contributed to this one and the ones who are younger or even older who will work on the next project. You will all be blessed. I just come here and spend 55 minutes of my day and feel very grateful that I can be part of it. I feel very grateful that I am in a position to say a few words and hopefully motivate some young people sitting in the back rows over there. That's all I'm supposed to do. Having said that, so many familiar faces in the audience, some young. I believe I did your portfolio 20 years ago. Would you believe it? When I was a photographer, I did his portfolio. You look more handsome now. I just want to add that Lions Club of BYCULLA, you know, I'm a BYCULLA boy myself. I don't know many people know that. I'm a BYCULLA boy myself. BYCULLA Post Office is where I lived actually. That's at Belassus Road opposite Alexander Cinema. I don't know if you're familiar with Alexander Cinema. And behind BYCULLA, you walk past BYCULLA Post Office, which is not considered BYCULLA. But BYCULLA Post Office is actually near Bombay Central Station. And my home used to, my work used to be at Golden Wafers behind the Novelty Cinema. Bilamoria, you remember? Behind the Novelty Cinema where I sat for many years, where I met the most beautiful woman in the world, my mother-in-law. Right, it's all. I don't understand why you're laughing. At the shop, my mother-in-law came and said, Boman Irani chokro chhe. And she said, this is my daughter, hello, say hello, come on. I got tricked into it, honestly. I got tricked into it. Sorry? I got the mic, so stop complaining. I have the mic. When we complain, then when you come to the mic, you complain. You might have to complain. So I met my wife at the shop actually. She used to come and buy wafers every day. Father said, why you buy wafers every day? Every day, who eats 100 gram wafers? He said, no, I give it to the beggar at the end of the street. I can't eat the wafers every day. By the time we got married, the beggar became that fat. Any unmarried young men here? Any unmarried young men? Surab. Oh, there's only one Surab that you're looking for. No other fortunate young men over here. Only one Surab who's not with them. There were unmarried men over there behind. Why are you all married? All of you are married. No wonder there's a population problem. But why isn't there not a population problem for the Parsi community? I don't understand. There should be a population problem for the Parsi community. Right? Right. So, Karotsu. Karotsu, looking so handsome, go for it. There's a big problem, population problem. All the senior citizens and the Dasturjis come to me and say, Boman ke karo. Musu karo. Musu karo. I know you all have dirty minds. I know you're all have dirty minds. What they meant is talk to the youngsters, encourage them. You know, that's also a problem. It's a medical problem. We've got to encourage youngsters, reproduce for the Parsi community and raise the numbers. Right? Yes. Nobody's listening to me. Haji? All are senior citizens. That should stop you. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. Sorry, hearing test trainer. Hearing test trainer. So the Parsi community is really, numbers are going down. 67,000 was the last count. Correct? Sora Bichari. 67 minus 1.
Better than Congress.
Better. That's your achievement. Is that what you're trying to tell me? All these conservationists, they go on and on, save the tiger, damn that tiger. Save the Parsi, I say, save the Parsi. Right? Right. So having said that, I hope that the earlier part of this latter part of my speech was all, light-hearted, but there's a lot of truth in what I have to say. But the earlier part of my speech was truly, truly heartfelt, that it should not go ignored. The things that we do not think are important for newborn children should be given, stepmotherly treatment, like you said. I'm so glad that this case has been taken up and we can do more. Till such time that I don't have more free time, I'm always happy to come to causes like this. I hope I have a lot more free time to do things like this. And thank you so much. Thank you. Give a big hand, come on. What? Give a bow. Give a bow. You're married, no? You're married, sir?
Yes,
we
do.
No. So am I now, what can I do? Sorry?
Can still do.
And still to be more. I have no control over that. I cannot instruct. It's not my job. I can't go on the honeymoon and tell people what to do. Anyway. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I do a little bit of light-heartedness. I think it goes a long way on the morning when we speak in a very somber tone. But I hope that what I said earlier will remain in your hearts, and I cannot tell you how appreciative I am for the work that is being done silently, behind the scenes, for no honor and for no glory, and for the right reasons. Once again, have a wonderful morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful address. And Eric and Howard would like to now give a small token of our appreciation to this wonderful actor.
Language master, president.
I know what to do, Baba. I know why I'm doing this. I know what I'm I had such a good time. I cracked jokes. When I have a good time, I have to behave myself. I have to listen, follow instructions. I mean, you don't understand. You don't know. See how he was complaining? Yes. You don't know what I go through. Suji? Tame dekha so. Go complain to mane suche. I am not afraid. Camera band karo bhai. I am not afraid. Camera band karo. I am not afraid.
Thank you, sir. The President of Lions Club of Queensway, Lion Roshan Master, will now give her vote of thanks.
Dignitaries on the dais and friends. I'm privileged to say thank you to so many members today. Firstly, our chief guest, Boman Irani. We are very grateful to you for sparing your valuable time to be with us. And I would like to say something. We Lions serve and try to bring smiles on the faces of less fortunate. You, as an entertainment industry, you bring smiles and happiness on we, stressful people, busy people. So I think we are on the same side. Two sides of the same coin. We serve. Isn't it? Thank you. Now, Dean of the KM Hospital, Dr.Hemant Deshmukh. Sir, thank you very much for giving us an opportunity to serve less fortunate through your department. And you will be extending all the facilities. So we, on behalf of Lions, we thank you very much. And very grateful for the presence. Officer Officer in charge of the ENT department, Dr. Hetal. We, just for your information, sir, we, Lions Club of Bombay, Queensway, are doing many projects in the ophthalmology department. When Dr. Louis was there, and now through our Lion member, Sheila Hetal. So now we have learned to spread wings on the ENT department also. So thank you very much also for giving us an opportunity to come to ENT department next time. Dr. Suni, thank you very much for giving us an idea about the department. DBH, our district governor, we are very grateful to you for sparing your valuable time. We know you are very busy selecting awardees at the moment. So, selecting and choosing awardees and all that, in spite of your busy schedule, you have made it convenient to attend our project. Thank you very much, sir. Percy Master, the project coordinator. How can we thank you? You envisaged the project from day one and you have done so much. In association with our Shahrukh and your partner in service, Erin. We are really very grateful to you for doing this very need-based project and for the hospital where thousands of patients come and they will bless us. They will really bless us. And secondly, thank you very much for involving us, your baby club, Lions Club of Bombay, Queensway at all stages. Thank you very much. Now, our past international president, Lana Shukpai, thank you very much for your motivational presence and all your guidance throughout. Thank you very much. Our PDGs, Santosh, thank you very much for your presence. Dara, thank you very much for your presence, and you are also our associate member. So, and we are very grateful to you for your presence and introducing our chief guest in such lovely manner that you really brought my love. Thank you very much. Our member, Armeti, thank you very much for your presence and for your major contribution in our share of today's project. Thank you. How can we forget our incoming team, the trio? Sorry. Comrade Pai, thank you very much for attending the project. Rajkumar Gupta ji, thank you very much for your presence. Prasad Sarpalkar, we are very grateful to you. In spite of your busy schedule, you have made it convenient to attend. Thank you very much. Now, Zenobia, thanks for your presence, and I am sure, 100% sure, that you were motivational, you were helping Percy for this project as an LCIF and officer. Thank you very much. It is because of your endeavor, it is the result of your endeavor, I should say. Thank you very much. Temas Kunshi and Bilnawas, thank you very much for all your assistance to me and keeping me updated all the time. Thank you, Temas and Bilnawas. Photographs, you have taken our photographs also. Thank you very much. And members of Lions Club of BYCULLA and my members, Queensway members, thank you very much for your presence in spite of your maybe busy schedule. I'm not very sure. So, thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Roshan, for your lovely vote of thanks. Members and all the guests, please rise for the national anthem.
अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाये तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे
to everyone here present, and please join us for some refreshments now.
I'm going to say something.
Please make a...
Thank you also very much. Sorry,
The Project Cabinet Committee Chairperson, thanks a lot for your involvement in this project.